What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the series Sales Funnel 101. So, in the last episode, we covered everything related to the basics of what is a sales funnel in general. So, in this episode, we're going to cover what is the psychology behind a high converting funnel. My goal from this episode is to help you understand how consumer psychology influences funnels performance. So, before we dive deep into these questions, we need to understand how people and why people buy in order to create a high value and high ticket funnel for our business that will generate a lot of leads, which equals a lot of money. And in order to do so, we need to understand the psychology of people and why do they buy. So we're gonna cover why do people buy emotional, logical buying, the power of trust in a funnel, the urgency and scarcity effect, the importance of perceived value, and the psychology behind call to action. So let's dive deep into the first question, which I think is the most important one. Why do people buy in general? There's two types of buying. People buy with emotions and then they justify with logic. Studies show that 80% of buying decisions are emotional, while only 20% are based on logic. In other words, people don't buy because of cold hard facts, they buy because of how something makes them feel. And all of us are guilty of this. Think about it. Nobody buys a luxury car just because for the engine specs. I mean, who cares about engine specs unless if you are car heads enthusiasts? So, yeah, they buy it for the feeling, the status, and the excitement they get. And if it is a sports car, then they buy it for the thrill of pressing the gas and the horsepower they get. So, yeah, the most important when persuading people, we need to know how we can leverage emotions while we pitch our product or service for them. So, the $1 million question: what is more important? What is more important when persuading people, facts or emotions? And the answer obviously is emotions. Facts are great, and you should always have them ready, but they don't close the deal. Emotions does. People justify their purchases with logic and after they've already made the decision emotionally. So, moral of the story, make them feel something first, then hit them with the facts when needed. That's how every single brand in the world sell us their products or services. So now that we know how we can pitch and use and play with people's emotion in order to sell our services and our products in a good way, not manipulating them in a wrong way. We need to know the power of trust. And the power of trust, if there is no trust, if even if you have the best offer in the world, it won't convert. That's the cold hard truth. There are a lot of ways to build trust, and some examples here we have is social proof. We need to show a lot of good reviews and good testimonials about the business, which this makes the new customers trust your offer because they've seen enough social proof of your product. If you have, there's also another way people use nowadays, which is content creation authority. They speak and talk about the thing that they are selling. So this shows them that they are experts in whatever they're selling. And last way that people use in order to gain trust, which is transparency. They can, a lot of businesses do offer money back guarantees, and this shows that you are, as a business owner, is not only interested in getting my money, you are also interested in solving my problems. And yeah, they trust you more, and this makes them trust you more, which will eventually lead to sales from your end. So the third thing, which is also very important after trust, is the urgency and scarcity effect. We always know if there's something very close to end, then we have a very high chance to claim that offer very fast because it's going to end very quickly. Ever noticed how people lose their minds on Black Fridays? I mean, that's the urgency and scarcity effect in action. When something feels limited, whether it's time, quantity, or an exclusive bonus, people suddenly want it more. And that's exactly what is FOMO. They fear of missing out on something. And this feeling is very real, especially when buyers think that there's a great deal out there and they need to act very fast in order to get that deal. That's why countdown timers, limited spots, and only X left messages work very well in sales funnel. You need to create this sense of urgency that your offer, whatever you're offering, is not going to last very long time. So even if the consumer is willing to buy your offer, let's say he's willing to buy a specific product that you offer as a business owner, but he's not willing to pay for it today, so he will postpone that for the next week or the next month. If you have this messages in your funnel that I mentioned, limited spots, only X left, countdown timers, this will make them act faster and pay for your service now rather than later. The lesson: if you want people to stop procrastinating and actually buy, give them a reason to act now, but please just don't fake it, because nothing kills trust faster than a limited time offer that never really ends. So, yeah, you need to be transparent in your urgency and scarcity effect. Don't say that you have a limited offer, but in reality, it never really ends. So, yeah. So, let's understand, why do people buy after emotions? We mentioned that there are two types of buying: there's logical buying and there's emotional buying. And we covered how trust and urgency going to make them act very quickly in order to purchase your offer. Now let's understand, what is the importance of a perceived value. It's not about the price, it's always about the perceived value they get. Now, people always buy based on values. They don't only buy based on price. They buy based on how much value they think they're getting from your offer. I mean, take Rolex for example. They charge thousands for a watch, even though a $50 one does the same thing. Why? Because Rolex has built a perception of luxury, status, and exclusivity. It's not just a watch; it's a symbol of status. When people see you wears a watch, you get a bump of your ego. So yeah, that's why it makes you save a lot of money in order to get that watch. So that's the value that you're getting from buying that specific watch. In your sales funnel, you want to create the same thing. Your offer needs to feel just as high value, and it's not just about how much you charge for it, but the transformation your product or your service should deliver. So yeah, I just gave you guys a little example here so you can understand how all of this that I mentioned in this episode links to each other. When someone is buying your offer, you need to show them that there is some transparency, there's some social proof, the value is very high. You're gonna gain the trust by giving them money back guarantees. All of this that I mentioned must be in a one package together in order for the customer to buy your product. And if you're offering a per month subscription, this will make sure that they keep buying your business every single month. So yeah, the last important and crucial step in building a funnel is to know how you can build and choose a very high CTA. Now, CTA is a call to action, and it's the final nudge that gets people to act. We need to understand what is the psychology behind the CTA in order to know and learn how we can use it to our advantage. Now, a weak CTA can lose your sales, but a strong action packed one can boost your conversions very easily. The words you choose matter. Some create urgency and some exclusivity, while others sounds too passive. For example, buy now is clear but lacks excitement. Secure your spot today makes it feel more valuable and urgent. Similarly to sign up is plain, but claim your free spot now pushes people to act quickly by highlighting the urgency and benefits. You need to make them feel that they are making an important choice, not just clicking a button. I mean, to improve your CTA, make them action focused and emphasize the benefits. Instead of get started, try something like start growing your business now or reserve your VIP spot before it's gone. The goal is always to make people that they are making an important choice, not just clicking a button. And this sounds very simple, but it's very very crucial and it's very very effective. And I've seen amazing results by just tweaking a couple of words here and there, and it's changed the whole funnel's performance. So yeah, I hope you guys now understand what makes a customer why and the psychology behind it. And please leave any questions in the comment section below regarding this episode. Feel free to ask me anything. I will answer, and I will try my best to answer every single question in the comments. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode so far, and please stay tuned for the next episodes. And yeah, take care.